Do you find yourself thinking a few steps ahead of others? Are you naturally able to identify alternate possibilities and quickly select the best option? Do you know someone who prefers emails with bullet points or conversations that get straight to the problem that needs to be solved? That just might be the CliftonStrengths theme of strategic. Welcome to the 1 Degree, where we give you the extra degree you need to help turn your potential into action at work, in your relationships, and in your personal life. On this episode, we're going to explore the Clifton Strengths Finder theme of strategic. Whether you're an individual with strategic or a leader wanting to empower your people to perform better, understanding how to turn this talent into a strength will help you be more engaged, more productive, and have a better quality of life. People who are especially talented in the strategic theme are motivated to make decisions, to solve problems, and they can do so quickly. They have a natural ability to assess the situation in front of them, including all of the potential obstacles. Armed with that information, they can then select the best route forward and strike on those decisions. Strategic shares its name with the strategic thinking domain, and many organizations have a strategic plan or strategic goals that become long-range or long-term planning. People with the strategic talent are not necessarily masters at long-term strategy, although they could be, but they do have the ability to answer the what-if questions and solve the questions that revolve around the if this, then that scenarios along the way. Depending on how it's paired with other strengths, strategic can be high energy, spontaneous, and quick to identify relevant patterns. One description from Gallup calls it creative anticipation in its forward-thinking ability to plan for what could be. Someone who has developed their strategic talent into a strength can help a team get past the gridlock of indecision. They're not bogged down by the possibilities in front of them, and they realize that there are often more than just one right decision, but they have the ability to quickly sort through and discard options that will lead to obstacles, to resistance, to roadblocks and confusion. They will seek out the best decisions with tenacity and often won't be satisfied with a meeting that ends without one. They aren't afraid of rocking the boat to make a better decision. At its worst, raw and untamed strategic can be too quick to jump to decisions without giving the team a chance to catch up. Because of this, it can cause frustration when their decisions or thought processes are questioned. Strategic's problem-solving process can be boiled down to 3 steps: assess, select, strike. When that process is aimed at the wrong problem, the ugly underside of the assess, select, strike, ASS acronym can come out. I like to refer to an isolated and untamed strategic as a shark, because sharks don't have hands or other tools. They explore objects in their world with their teeth, oftentimes mistaking a swimmer for a seal. And the only way they can tell is by taking a bite out of it. The same can be true with raw strategic. If they're not careful, they can take a bite out of someone by mistake. You see, they didn't mean to do it, but strategic is a predatory animal hunting for a problem to sink its teeth into. If you have strategic as a talent, if you naturally think, feel, or behave this way, you can develop it into a strength by being able to consistently provide near-perfect performance by investing in and feeding your strategic talent in a healthy way. You're typically more adept at spotting potential landmines in the plan. Talk to others about the possible repercussions in detail. You may or may not be a verbal processor, but working through your thought process in detail will help you become better at anticipating problems, and it will build trust with your team. With that being said, trust your gut. You may not be able to explain it rationally, but your strategic thinking ability is not something that can be taught. Find a role or a work group that values your innate talent for strategic thinking and contribute confidently. Make sure you're solving the right problem and don't rush the process. Similar to someone with responsibility needing to say yes to the best thing, make sure you solve the best problem. It's not just enough to get us there, we need to get there together. You're naturally gifted with the ability to get from step 1 to step 10 very quickly. Make sure you're helping others understand steps 2 through 9. Partnering with activators can help move on your ideas, while partnering with deliberative or empathy can help make sure you're not getting ahead of the team. As a coach, manager, or coworker, you can help build up the individuals with strategic on your team by allowing them to be proactive in changing the status quo. Give them opportunities to tactically change the future of your team. Communicate with them in bullet points. Depending on their other talents, they assume you're contacting them because you have a problem to solve and will scan all of your communications for that problem. Save your relational information for the end of the email. And don't assume strategic has intentionally left you out of the decision-making process. Remember, their brains are built to assess, select, and strike. Not necessarily assess, check in and get buy-in from the team, come to a consensus, and then, if everyone's okay with it, strike. Instead of questioning the decision, ask them to tell you about their thought process along the way. They will often self-identify the problem once they've had a chance to talk it through without judgment or repercussions. Call them in when you're at an impasse or stuck in a spot where their unconventional approach and willingness to try new things will help push the team forward. Do you have the Clifton strength of strategic? Do you work with someone who does? What are some of the things that make them stand out? Tag them in this video and let us know in the comments section. If you're interested in learning more about what makes you stand out, information about the Clifton Strengths Assessment is available in the description. And if you found this video helpful, please do give it a like and subscribe and share it with someone else that might benefit. If you're watching this on Facebook, head over to our YouTube channel for more resources just like this one. My name is Eric, and this has been your 1 Degree for today.